Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. As the summer transfer window approaches now, there's been a lot of media sources out there or a lot of journalists that came out and leaked information on what signings Newcastle are trying to get for the window ahead. Now, due to how many there is, I'm going to come out in a video today and pretty much show you every single one of them. I'm going to tell you what I personally think about them, whether I think it's true or whether I think it's a load of rubbish. As always though, I heavily encourage you to do your own research outside of this video. And this will be a kind of video that'll be good to watch in 2 or 3 months time to see which one of these articles were actually true. But I'm going to try to the best of my ability to tell you why I think we could sign each player and why I think some of them would not be possible. But yeah, that's what I'm here to do today. And on Saturday, I'm going to do a video where I'm going to put all of my predictions and which players I personally think Newcastle will sign in this window. So it'll be quite a good follow-up video on Saturday. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure I get down there and do that. I really do appreciate your support and it helps out massively the channel. So again, cheers for that. First off, I want to say that I do believe 100% that the owners are trying to get deals put in place now, or hell, even trying to get some free agents in within the next month or so before that transfer window even officially opens for every club. These owners are smart, they plan ahead. We already know that Kieran Trippier, they were planting the seeds to get him into the club before the window even opens. So yes, I think there's long-term targets. I think they'll be trying to put things into place. And yeah, some of these articles in this video, I do believe. The first player we're going to talk about is Christian Eriksen now. He returned against Newcastle actually. So I remember being at the game, all the Newcastle fans and Brentford fans clapped him as he came onto the football pitch for the first time since the Euros. Really good heartwarming moment there. Loved that a bit. That was probably the best part of the game, even though Newcastle actually ended up winning 2-0. But yeah, I really did like seeing that because obviously, I saw that live at the Euros and it was quite scary to watch. I know mate had a cardiac arrest as well, and he can't come back from him. A couple months later, he's back in the football pitch again. Yes, he's got a vest around his chest, but he's still playing football like he never had one. So, with Christian Eriksen, I mean, he's been really good. That Chelsea match especially, he just ripped him a new one. He's still definitely got it, and he was a player that Newcastle were heavily linked with round about the January window time. And his contract expires at the end of the season, which is why the Northern Echoes came out here saying that Newcastle are heavily interested in signing him. He's a tricky one to look at because the problem being is, does Eriksen want to extend his contract at Brentford because he might feel guilty somewhat? And what I mean by that is because Brentford is the team that gave him a second chance after that cardiac arrest. And maybe he might feel guilty leaving to join another football club so soon. I don't know, that's just me speculating, but it depends what the player wants. If the player wants to move elsewhere, then Newcastle is a very highly ambitious place for him. And not mentioned as well, Kieran Trippier also plays for us, so he might convince his former teammate to come play for Newcastle. Other than that though, it just depends what clubs want him. If Newcastle go in there with intent, we show him that he wants to play for us, then yeah, I can personally believe this one. But still though, for now though, I'm not too sure. But yeah, whether Newcastle fans want him at the club or not is another question. But personally, yes, I would take him. I think he massively helps out with the midfield depth and allows Eddie Howe to change the formation or change tactics if we ever need to. I definitely would take him. We're going to talk about another midfielder now. Bruno's former teammate, Lucas. Now, just like Bruno, I can't pronounce this guy's second name, so I'm not going to mention it. However, though, it's quite important to know that these two are like best mates. Lucas actually went to the Southampton game where obviously Newcastle won 2-1 and that Bruno goal. I mean, he picked a good game to go to, shall we say. But it's quite important to know, as I said before, that those two are very good friends. And as a result, some articles that came out saying that that's a target Newcastle are looking for, as well as also trying to get him, which, again, also heavily linked towards Bruno. So, I mean, we'll see how this one goes on the summer window. It's about a £58 million price tag, which is an extreme amount of money. But those two alongside each other, again, we'll keep an eye on this sort of one. It's important to know as well that Lyon are 10th in League One, and it's extremely likely that they would not be playing European football next season. So there's not really a reason to stay at the club. So we were to push some buttons and to try and motivate them to come play for us. Then again, I think it will be possible. But are Newcastle willing to spend that much money on another top level midfielder? I don't know. We have got a big budget in the summer window, but I think we're going to be smart and try and buy 5-6 players and more than trying to buy 1 or 2 top level players for a ridiculous amount of money. But again, I could be wrong. We'll keep an eye on this one as always. But yeah, there's a heads up there. Another midfielder that is being heavily linked in the papers. Let's talk about Sven Botman now, a football player that we know wanted to join Newcastle United in the January transfer window, but the club he played for just outright refused to sell him at that point. Again, I've said this a million times, Murdoch, you see follows him on Instagram. He doesn't follow many people at all, so I'm willing to bet on those Instagram DMs they've been having some discussions. But one bad part about Botman is that Philippe Coutinho came out saying that AC Milan looks set to sign him, which is one of the other clubs that was targeting him in that window. It looks bad at the minute, but I want to clarify with, again, Philippe Coutinho here saying that about, I think it's about a month earlier, so about Amanda Staveley saying that talks are still ongoing. Until it's done on the paper, we'll keep an eye on this one. I think that he will go to AC Milan, but you never know in today's day and age. I never thought Kieran Trippier signed for the club. I never thought Bruno was signed for the club. Until he's standing in Milan, holding that black and red shirt, I'm still going to think that Newcastle got something in this, because once that window opens, it's a free-for-all. Everyone will be going in for him. So, yeah, I'm intrigued to see how this one's going to plan out. But, yeah, that one doesn't look too good at the minute. The second player that Newcastle almost got in that January transfer window was Jesse Lingard on loan. Again, we know from that interview that he wanted to come to Newcastle in deadline day, but Manchester United said no. I still can't get over why they did that, because he's not even playing for them, but the club said no, and as a result, he will be leaving on a free in the summer. I've looked online for stuff about him. There's barely any information. It's just some articles saying that another club might be coming in. It's been really flat from Jesse Lingard's end, so chances are nothing's really happened there at the minute. So we're still at that stage at deadline day where it's Newcastle or it's West Ham. I mean, I don't know, is the only way I can put it. I have no idea what's going to happen in the summer. If I had to give an answer now, I would personally say no, but again, I haven't got any evidence to prove that. It's just nothing going on there, so I mean, we'll see what happens with that one. A huge player that was heavily linked to Newcastle in the January transfer window was Philippe Coutinho. There's reports from Birmingham Live saying that Newcastle could potentially convince him to come to the club in the summer window. Now, I've read this article. This is where stuff starts to get a little bit more unrealistic. So, they're quoting the Mirror here saying that Newcastle could offer him 450 grand a week. That would completely contradict our plans at the club, because Eddie Howe said before the window opened that we would try and keep the wages as similar as possible, because we don't want to cause conflict in the dressing room. If, for example, we have a guy like Sir Maxman in there who's on like 150 grand a week or something, we've got Coutinho on 450 grand a week, then that would bash heads between the players, because we may go, well, why am I not getting paid more money? I mean, he said he wanted more money anyway, according to some sources, so I guess he's not happy regardless. But I like to Callum Wilson, maybe players like Bruno, players who just whinge about not having more money, so it would cause some unrest in the dressing room, which is why I believe the wages will be quite similar to each other. So if players contract for 450 grand a week, I mean, they might do it, but I personally don't think they will. So in this case, I don't think Coutinho will happen. I don't believe this one, but again, that's just my opinion. Let's have a look at the Daily Mail's post about Newcastle now. This is a post where I've seen the most negative reactions to. They're saying here that they're set to sell Sir Maximin and they're going to be trying to bring like a Trossard or Johnson. I'm not even going to give this one much time, to be honest. I mean, how can you know straight away that we're trying to sign 3 players and which players we're trying to sell at the same time? I mean, again, you people believe what you want, but personally for me, no. I need to see more articles come out about this one or more evidence to back their claims. I personally don't believe that one. Finally, we're going to talk about the PIF itself, because it's been announced today that they've actually increased their assets, so they have more money now. So these original reports in the media that Newcastle could only have £50 million to spend that summer window, I don't think it's true. I mean, think about it. We've got to sell players before we even bring players in. You've got to remember as well is that we already have a 25-man squad. We've got players out on loan, the likes of Jamal Lewis, Kieran Clark, Isaac Hayne are not in the 25-man squad. So we've got to sell before we buy. So even if the budget was that much, we've still got to make money before we even start to buy players. And I mean, £50 million. We already know Newcastle's long-term target goal is we want to win silverware in the next 5 years. We want to be challenging for titles. I believe our projection next season will be going for a top 10 to a European spot. So in order to do that, we've got to buy more players. We can't do that with the current squad. So I expect the budget to be quite high. Again, I expect a full-on clear-out of certain players, and then we're going to bring more in. But yeah, I just want to mention that the PF assets have been increased in price, so there's more reason now that there could be more money given to Newcastle to spend. But yeah, exciting times ahead, shall we say. I'm looking forward to seeing what we do in the summer. I do expect signs are coming, no doubt about it. There will be signs no matter what. Yes, there's still some games left to go, but I think Newcastle's job is becoming ever more increasingly done. But let me know down in the comment section, guys, which players you think Newcastle will sign in the summer. Again, as I said, on Saturday, I will actually do a video where I personally give you my predictions on what players I believe the club will make. But for these individuals out there, listen, the media will always slag us off. The media will always, at times, try and clickbait the fans and try and swerve them in a certain direction. That's just life, unfortunately. But I try my best in these videos to try and swerve you in the right direction, but I never want to tell you what to do. I always want to give you the choice. My word is not final. What I say in this video, I want you guys to take into account, but I don't want you to dictate your opinion because of it. But yeah, that's all I've got to say now. Like I said, appreciate your support as always, and I'll be back on Friday for the next video and have a day off tomorrow. So yeah, take care, and I'll see you on Friday.